everybody, I'm Dr. Lisa Forzani, A.K.A. the Cooking Chiro. Thank you so much for coming back to our YouTube channel and subscribe, follow us on Facebook. It's so great to see you all. Yes, we have made it through this lovely, lovely season of festivity, and in some ways I am kind of glad we have. So let's go. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Lisa Forzani, A.K.A. the Cooking Chiro. So today I am very excited. We're going to start a series of, yes, easy, breezy, delicious, fresh, wonderful dishes. The first one we're doing today is a sheet pan dish made with shrimp, garlic, herbs, some vegetables, some wonderful roasted bread. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is take our zucchini, but certainly you could use yellow squash too. You could definitely get organic squash now at any supermarket, which is so awesome. You're going to cut it about 1/4 of an inch thick or less. And this is going to be the vegetable part of our dish. So let's get this nice and cut up. Make sure you always have a nice sharp knife and cut up that beautiful zucchini, squash. You could also use red pepper. You could use asparagus. You can use Brussels sprouts. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pan, make sure it has a rim on it so that your juices don't fly into the oven and cause a mess. And I have my organic parchment paper. You know how fond I am of my parchment paper. Now you know you cannot use parchment paper on the stove, barbecue, or anything above 450, so just be real cautious about that. We're going to take our zucchini that I cut up with my brand new knife block that I got for Christmas. Yes, I did get very spoiled this Christmas. Cooking Chiro really rocked. And we're just going to spread them out nice and even. And then we're just going to sprinkle some salt, pepper, and extra virgin olive oil, EVO, which I didn't even know that meant EVO, meant extra virgin olive oil, until not that actually pretty recent. So a little drizzle of some lovely, beautiful, rich, yellow, golden, amber olive oil, some crushed salt, and of course some crushed black pepper. If you like, you could also put a little bit of garlic powder on there or herbs, and in the oven this little puppy goes. We're going to let our vegetables cook for about 15 minutes, and now we're going to make our marinade for our decadent, yummy, yummy shrimp. I'm taking some butter. I took a stick and a little bit of extra because I love butter. This is going to be for our decadent shrimp and also our roasted bread. We're going to put this into our little saucepan. I love this little guy. I just got him recently, waiting online at, yes, our wonderful, wonderful TJ Maxx. They always tempt you on that line, and it always works. They got me. We're also going to take a couple tablespoons of our oil, kind of run that together, and let that just melt. We're going to mix that with our garlic and our herbs, and in the oven it goes. In the interim, you're going to cut up your bread, so get some nice rustic bread, sourdough or Italian bread or semolina bread, whatever makes you happy, and you're going to cut it into little pieces. Get that ready for the oven. This will be your last step, of course, because it takes the least amount to cook it. So now we're just going to put our bread on the side and we're going to start our sauce. I love an abundance of garlic, so we are going to use an abundance of garlic. I have about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, actually a little bit more. And I'm going to my chopping block and getting my serious butcher knife and chop that up. You could also use the chopper. I love my Pampered Chef chopper. Thank you, Aunt Caroline. It is about my 3rd chopper, so you know I love it. And I'm also going to chop up some red onion, because I love red onion. And it also gives such a nice color to the scampi. Chop it up nice and fine. And we're going to share this sauce with that yummy bread, so you can only imagine how good this is going to be. So we are in the month of January, and my herbs are still thriving out there in their pots, kind of protected a little bit on our deck. And so I took some parsley, some oregano, and some sage, and we're just going to chop that up, even with a little bit of mint, just to give it a little bit of a pizzazz. But that's up to you. You don't have to do that, but that's what we did. So now we have our nice butter and olive oil mixture right here. It's nice and hot. I'm going to add my herbs into there, and my garlic, my onion. I'm gonna let that swim around in that decadent sauce. It looks beauty. For color and flavor, we're gonna slice the lemon. And we're gonna try to take the pits out of each slice if we can. But they look so pretty on the dish. It's so decorative and so artistic. I love learning new things about fruit and about cooking and baking. It's just so much fun. And one more slice from my beautiful slicer. Don't get your finger in there, that's for sure. And you're just gonna pop out all of the seeds because your guests will be very happy you did. Pop them out, food, and just repeat until you're done. Nothing better than citrus in your food. It tastes so fabulous and adds such nice color and nutrients. Speak of citrus, what is the closest state to New Jersey where you get your best citrus fruit? I'm gonna guess, and I bet you'll guess, it's Florida. So our wonderful parents / grandparents sent us these gorgeous oranges. Does anybody know what kind of orange this is? I'm gonna show you a couple because this really depicts exactly what this type of orange is. These are honey bells. Don't you dare eat these without having a sink or a towel in front of you because they're so juicy and full of flavor you can't even imagine. They're so good. So enjoy your honey bells. This is the season for honey bells. Thank you again, Grandma and Grandpa / Mom and Dad, so much for those beautiful honey bells. Wow, those zucchinis look so beautiful, so colorful and tasty. We're gonna give it another couple minutes so that they could be a little toasted also. Back in they go. Just a reminder, we're making this dish at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, they're sizzling up so nicely. I love that. In the meantime, we're going to prep our bread and we're going to prep our shrimp. So let's get going. with this lovely decadent butter olive oil sauce. We're going to put a little bit on each guy, and then we're going to top it with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. But of course you could top it with Parmigiano, you could top it with any kind of cheese you like, but keeping it in the Mediterranean family, we thought we'd make mozzarella. This is going to be really, really good stuff, guys. No joke, this is going to be tasty. It's going to bake in so nicely. Note that I did not cook the onions and the garlic and the herbs yet because they're going to be baking for a little bit, so I didn't want to burn my garlic and my onions. Now we have some nice color in there, and we also are going to take mozzarella cheese right over the top, a little bit on each guy. And I like to use whole milk. If I'm going to go for the calories, I'm going for the calories, guys. Sorry, this is not going to be the meal that I'm going to skimp on. We're going to go for it. Our bread is ready to go. Now we're going to take our shrimp, which you can take about 1.5 pounds. This is a little less than 1.5 pounds, but you can use 1.5 pounds for the shrimp and pour your sauce in there. For wine lovers, you can put wine in here instead of the lemon. I think with both it would be a little bit too much, but you're going to kind of bring everything all together. I'm going to also take the juice of half of a lemon and put that in there. As you know, I have my handy dandy squeezer, one of my faves. Thank you again, Erin. And we're just going to squeeze that over the top. Get that nice flavor infused into our beautiful, yummy, garlicky shrimp. As you can see, there's a lot of sauce in there, so as this cooks in your oven, it is going to be so decadent, and there's going to be a lot of butter sauce, so something's got to pick up all that sauce. You could serve this really over pasta, over rice, or you could just serve it with your vegetables, your bread, and a nice big beautiful salad. I am also going to put a little bit of sea salt over the top. And we add a little bit more black pepper. And if you like, you could add a little bit of oregano, a little bit of parsley. This is dried parsley, but you could use fresh. And then I happen to have some cilantro, so you could chop up some cilantro to garnish it at the end and make it look really beautiful, or flat Italian parsley, whichever you prefer. If you like a pop of real spiciness, you could also add little flakes of red pepper into your beautiful shrimp, or you could cut up some peppers and make it a little bit spicier. Another way I was spoiled this Christmas. Thank you, Joni Eastman, for the beautiful cutting board that you got me for Christmas. It's adorable. I used it on my show today to display all my beautiful herbs, and it reminded me of beautiful you. Now that our zucchini is bubbling and looking all beautiful and great, we're going to take that out. The next step is we're just going to slide our beautiful zucchini all to the middle. They're going to be our middlemen. And we're going to put our shrimp on the other side and our bread on the opposite side. But for now, we're going to put our shrimp in, and all those juices that we talked about are going to flow, flow, flow. Now we spread our shrimp out as flat as we could get it, We're gonna put some lemons right over the top of our beautiful shrimp. And we're gonna put them back into a 400-degree oven and let them bake for about 10 minutes. And then we're gonna stick our bread on the other side in about 5 minutes so that we don't overcook our bread. Back in, you little tasty morsels. See ya on the upside. And now the best part. We're gonna take our whole sheet meal and we're gonna add our bread. Now you're gonna get the juices from the bread, so if you don't like fish, you might not like this dish. We're gonna stick the bread. I'm gonna save one piece for my lovely producer Shay, who's not so fond of shrimp. See, I'm thinking, Shay. We're gonna stick our bread right onto our tray with our beautiful mozzarella and garlic and herbs and red onion and parsley. And we're gonna cook it up. And it's gonna be so yummy. I promise. Back in the oven this little beauty goes. So you have your whole meal right here. In it goes. Another 5 to 7 minutes. So I hope everybody has had an opportunity to decompress a little bit after the holidays. My way of decompressing is cooking, entertaining, and baking. It makes me feel so good. My other way of decompressing is working out and going to the gym. In fact, I saw one of my patients at the gym who said he really enjoyed watching our class, and he even gave me a great recipe that we're going to try on one of our shows. So I'm really excited about that. And he said, how in the world do you find time to do everything that you do? And I said, well, what I do I love, and it does help me to decompress when I'm doing things that I love. So I love to cook, I love to entertain, I love to share ideas, I love to learn new things. In fact, we've been painting some of our rooms, so I've been following this gentleman by the name of Jeff. He's from somewhere in Canada. I'll get you the information. He is so smart with painting and with spackling, and I am having so much fun learning something new. Learning how to spackle properly, learning how to paint properly, feathering in, and all these neat terminologies. So whatever it is that you like to do and decompress with, do it. Try it. You always want to learn how to knit or play the piano. This is the time to do it. Just do it. Go for it. Oh my gosh, does this look amazing? Not only does it smell fabulous, but look at how pretty it looks. And the bread is already soaking up the butter and garlic and olive oil. Oh my gosh, is this going to be a decadent, yummy little snack. Woohoo! So we're just going to garnish with a little bit of flat parsley, or in this case I had cilantro, so I used cilantro. Just to make it look pretty, give it a little greenery, give it a little more nourishment, because we know when it's green, it's good for us. Yummy. It's all caramelized, all the onions are caramelized. We are in good shape here, guys. And this is our sheet pan, one pan meal. Enjoy, bon appetit, and it is going to be decadent. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. It was so great to be able to do this for everybody. I love it. It smelled up my house so nicely. We're gonna have a great meal. And listen, always remember, live well, love well, and eat well, and subscribe, follow us, and we'll see you soon.